Hello. The name of the energy of this week is Mishpatim. We're talking about rules, the rules of the universe. But one of them is very important if we pay attention carefully. It's the point of stealing. Normally, we might consider ourselves as good people, people that share, that give, but without paying attention, we become spiritual stealers. What do I mean? Many times, without paying attention, we consider things that we have that are ours. You can think to yourself, stop for a second and just think, my home maybe, my family, my idea, my money, my time, and more and more and more. Everything that you might say or consider that is your own energy, your own thing, that you are the owner of this thing. What's the problem with this? We need to remember all this life that we've been given, with all the blessings in it and the challenges, are part of our spiritual journey, that journey of correction. And this is what this week is all about. We might meet situations from the past coming back into our life. We might meet people from the past that annoyed us in the past, and they coming back to our life. What for? Because in those specific points, we're supposed to rectify that the detachment that we have, our soul, from the infinite energy of all good. In those specific points, we need to correct, to put things back, so there will be a flow of energy in our life, so there will be a flow of blessings and abundance and health and love in our life. So life is giving us opportunities, and this week, it's all about taking opportunities back and doing them different, higher, with a higher consciousness. What does it mean? It means a consciousness of really for the sake of sharing, a consciousness of with good eye, a consciousness of together, a consciousness of going out of my comfort zone. That will allow us really to rectify those points. But one thing for sure is us starting to pay attention to all those points on which we are sure that we are the owner of it. We are the owner of our time, of our money, of our children or parents. We are the owner. But if we stop and we detach from that, and we remember that everything that we have in our life was given to us as a gift to be used in the right way, for the sake of sharing, with lots of putting a pause and asking what's the right thing to do from the universe. When I'm detached from that, when I remember that I'm not the owner, I'm only the manager of this life, so then everything is open. This is how we can keep the strength that we have, the vitality that we have. We can keep that flow of abundance and light and blessings that will come. We won't be depending, because when we cut ourselves from this endless source, we become depending on the situation, depending on the boss, depending on the government, depending on my neighbor. Each time that I find myself depending on something, that I'm not the cause of the situation, it's when I am thinking to myself that something in my life belongs to me, that I'm the owner. I forget that I'm only the manager. And this is how I can identify those places. The first thing is when I am finding myself depending on different situations, in terms of economy, in terms of freedom, in terms of ideas, in terms, I depend. I need to look inside of my life in which way I consider being the owner of something that I have in my life. Another thing that happens when we think in this way is that we are cutting the strength and vitality, and we are cutting our protection from the source, because when we are connected to the source, there is constant protection and elevation that is happening. When I say it's mine, I created that separation. The flow of abundance from the source will be cut, and the only thing that I'll stay with is mine. I am limited. What I have is limited. The only reason that there's a flow of blessings in my life is because I'm connected to that source. And the last thing, when I'm disconnecting from that source, believing that it's mine, I start to find myself hating, judging, doubting, being afraid. And when we are finding ourselves in those places of hating someone else, of doubting our life, or fearing someone else, again, the sense of dependency, it is because what I have is mine. My idea is good. I don't have space or place for someone else's idea, for someone else's way of thinking. I'm blocking myself from hearing other people's opinion. So when it's mine and I protect mine, therefore I will find myself more in hatred and fear and separation. So that's a good cause why we want to pay attention and to remember that everything is really from the source of all good, and everything that we have in our life is really in a loan. It's a gift that was given. I'm the manager of these things and not the owner itself. As far as I will remember this, I will keep the flow, I will keep the strength, and of course the protection that comes with it, and no fear or hatred will be found in my heart. So I wish you a great week, and I would like to read now in the Zohar that really the words in the Zohar are the bridge between this physical world, which is not evident to live in, and to do this work. This is why reading the Zohar, I'm strengthening my inner and soul system to give me the inner strength to choose to do what I really want to do, the way I really want to behave. So you can close your eyes, just ask from the universe the help to strengthen your inner choice, your inner light, to remember the light is really the source of everything. And this is how I keep my abundance and me being the cause of my life, not depending on others or finding myself hating someone else. I'm reading in portion Mishpatim in the Zohar, verse 372. פיקודה מה בתר דה להשיב אבדה, ואבתרי להשיב הגזל. אמר בוצינה קדישה, הקדוש ברוך הוא עתיד להדהרה לך, אבדה דאבדת בגין ערב רב, אבדה קלה דילך דבזמנה דאבדו ערב רב, ית עגלה נפקת קלה דילך הדאו דכתיב, וישלך מידיו את הלוחות. ויתמר בך לך רד, התם קר רמיז נחיתו דילך בגלותה רבייה, לך כגון לך לך מארצך וגומר. הכה שין הן כל אלה, יפעל אל פעמיים שלוש, אם גבר הכה קר המזלך. לך ג' זמנין בגלותה, רבייה רד בגין בת יחידה, כלה דילך דנפלת הדאו דכתיב, נפלה לא תוסיף קום, ומיד דאנט נחית בגיני, תקום עלך והיו השבת אבדה דילך. I wish you a great week.